So the question now, in terms of service charge, just to make it simple for people, what does it include? And what are the major items that we spend more on?
Okay. There are two main funds that compose the service charge budget. One is the general fund, and the second is the reserve fund. The general fund is basically what you need to keep the building running. So that is your utility costs, your security costs, your cleaning, your maintenance, your insurance, your master community levy and the contribution of the building towards the master community. There are about 25 budget line items or services that fall under the general fund. And the second component of service charges is the reserve fund. The reserve fund is a sinking fund that we charge every year to building owners or to unit owners. And over the years, we accumulate this amount, this reserve fund amount, for us to use it at the time when we need to replace a major equipment in the building or conduct a major repair. That process is also regulated. There are third-party companies that are approved by the authorities. They come in, they study the building, and they do what we call a reserve fund study. That reserve fund study would basically, they would study the assets, study the different systems in the building, and they turn around and say, you probably will need to replace your elevator in 20 years. The cost of the elevator in 20 years is going to be X, say, $1 million. And basically, we start accumulating for that replacement from day one of the project. This way, whenever there is any major repair that needs to happen or a replacement, owners are not surprised with a major bill. We've already been prepared and accumulating into the sinking fund.
Back to the general fund.
Yeah.
We talked about utilities, we talked about electricity and so on.
Yeah.
So it's said that 50% of that general fund is really going for utilities, especially the cooling. So can you elaborate more on this?
Yeah. So like you said, about 50% of the building budget goes towards cooling and the electricity usage in the building. It varies actually between 35% to 60% in some cases. In buildings where we have district cooling, it's usually on the higher side. In buildings where you've got the old systems, like your split AC systems, it's usually utilities would be around 35% of the building budget. And then you've got about 20% for security. Depending on the size of the building, 10 to 20% also on security, 20 to 25% on maintenance, and the balance on the other services in the building, including insurance and soft services.